Hey everyone, it's Fun Around. My name is Jordan. This video will be for Friday's big slate for the WNBA. We have 4 total games. Right now, filming the night before, I have lines for just one game. So I have a couple picks from that game, and then I will talk about the other games, and I will put plays in the pinned comment probably tomorrow morning after lines have come out. And sometimes they will release lines like even in the afternoon. Like it takes forever for some of these lines to come out for these WNBA games. So you will see images that come up on the screen right here. This is from a data app called Outlier. There will be a link in the description for a 7-day free trial for Outlier. So this first game is the Connecticut Sun at the Minnesota Lynx. The Lynx are 16-point favorites. The Sun are a shell of what they were last year. They really just have Marina Mabrey, Tina Charles, and Marina Mabrey has been awful to start off the year. For the Lynx, Kayla McBride remains out. They've looked pretty good this year, 3-0. And my first pick is going to be someone who has benefited from, McBride being out, that volume going around. If you don't know Kayla McBride, she was a high volume scorer, and she hasn't played yet this year. Alanna Smith was injured. So I like Alanna Smith over 1.5 3-pointers made, -114. She was injured. She came back from injury. And in that first game, she played just 17 minutes, and she made 4 of 7 threes. So I like that volume there, 7 3-point attempts, and shot at a high field goal percentage in just 17 minutes. Second game, she comes out, plays 29 minutes, shoots 3 for 7 from 3. And now we have her here against a Sun team that just isn't that good this year. And since it's like the beginning of the year, we don't have much like matchup data or anything like that. So there's not too much else to break down other than kind of looking at these rosters. Like I've mentioned previously, these rosters have been overhauled pretty much for every single team. So we can't look too much at last year. But I will try my best. The Lynx are pretty much the same team that they were last year. So for this next one, I will use historical data. So I like Marina Mabrey under 23.5 PRA, -104. So like I said, she has struggled to start off the year. 5 for 21 in the first game, 3 for 11 in the second game. And then in that second game was against the Aces. They got blown out by 25 points. So now we're here with a 16-point spread. Mabrey only played 20 minutes in that blowout. So if we get another blowout here, there's a good chance she gets taken off the court early again and doesn't get a chance to go over her PRA. So this is 2 factors going into it. So she's really cold to start off the year, going up against a great defense, and Courtney Williams is a great defensive guard. She made Paige Beckers struggle to start off her career. And now we have high blowout potential where Mabrey may not even play the entire game. So a lot of factors going against Marina Mabrey to go over. And then just a little tidbit. Her history against the Lynx last year, like I said, the Lynx roster is pretty much the same, except they would have had McBride playing defense there. And McBride is a pretty good defensive guard as well. But Mabrey last season went under this line in 7 out of 8 games versus them. And the Sun did have a lot more scorers on their team. Dejanay Carrington, Liz Thomas, Dwana Bonner. Volume was harder to go around for her. But still, she was shooting great at that time. That includes a playoff series in that. So only went over in 1 game against this team. Great defensive team. I like Mabrey to go under. So before I get into the breakdowns of these other games, if you guys could, please like the video. If you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. If you have a little bit of extra time, could you leave a comment for the algorithm? You just put like a number, like the number 7. Helps get the video out there for more people to see. And also, I want to shout out the app Novig. Novig is a social sports book. You can bet money lines, spreads. You can single bet player props. You can do parlays with all of them together. If you can't use DraftKings or Fanduel in your state, check out the map. If your state is on there, you can use Novig just like a sports book and cash out, just as easily. So I'll put a link in the pinned comment. If you make an account, you get $5 free. And if you use promo code FINDAROUND11, all caps, they will give you 50% off up to $25. So definitely check out Novig. This next game is going to be the Mercury at the Storm. The Storm are 5.5-point favorites. These teams just played each other a couple of days ago. Granted, it was in Phoenix, so the Mercury won 81-59, and now they're 5.5-point underdogs. So, you can think about that on your own. The Storm, they were pretty bad to start off the year, and they kind of came back. And in the next game, they went against Dallas, who's one of the worst defenses in the WNBA, at least last year, and they're not looking too great this year. Kind of got the Storm jump started, but now they're going back to play the Mercury again. So 5.5 points for the Mercury, I might take it. Probably will take it. So as far as the teams go, Kalia Copper still out for the Mercury. Satu, Sabali, and Alyssa Thomas are going to be your go-tos for points. And then when it comes to the Storm, Skylar Diggins scored well in that game against the Mercury, and she also scored well against Dallas. And then Agumake had a big game against Dallas, 23 points, 18 rebounds. So maybe she just had a bad day, and I believe she may have had foul trouble in that first game. So Agumake may be someone to look at as well. So these are going to be just some quick breakdowns. And then, of course, when I get to the lines, I will look at everything and not just the players I'm mentioning here, but I'm mentioning like the key players. So the next game is the Mystics versus the Aces. Aces are 14-point favorites. Shakira Austin is going to be out with a concussion. Aaliyah Edwards remains out, so that leaves Stephanie Dolson and Kiki Irfin at the center and power forward position. So as Shaq would say, this for A'ja Wilson, this is barbecue chicken against Stephanie Dolson and a rookie forward. So we'll see where A'ja Wilson's points line comes out at. This could be a blowout, but yeah, she's definitely going to be able to score pretty easily against those two. And then for the Mystics, Brittany Sykes has turned into a free throw merchant for the first 3 games. She's at 12, 13, and 14 free throw attempts, and she's been scoring very well. Passing the ball well. She had an assist taken away in that last game. And in the last game, she kind of did just put her head down and tried to go score and get free throws and everything. So I look more towards points, but if assists came down because of that last game, then I wouldn't mind adding it for like points assist because I took that last time. She crushed it. So Sykes is definitely someone I'm going to look for. And then this last game is the Valkyries at the Sparks. Sparks are 11.5-point favorites. These two teams just played a few games back. For the opener, the Sparks won 84-67. Kelsey Plum dropped 37 points. Rakia Jackson and Ray Burrell will be out for this one. So that means Azare Stevens, probably double-double potential there. And De'Erica Hamby, same thing, double-double potential. And a lot of points scored for both of them. So we'll see where their lines come out at. And then as far as this Valkyries team goes, it's a lot of veterans. It's very difficult to get a read right now. They haven't played too many games together. They're playing a lot of the roster, about 10 players. So a lot of things are spread out. We have like different heroes each game so far. So as far as injury news goes for them, which could help us narrow down things, so who may have a good game or a bad game. Tiffany Hayes remains out, and then Monique Billings is questionable. So if she's out, then that narrows some things down for us. So I'll keep an eye out on those lines, and I will put plays in the pinned comment, as I said. So if you'd like to discuss lines further, I have a Discord. Link is in the description. You can talk about NBA, WNBA, baseball, all that good stuff is in there, and that is completely free. You can just hop on in there. Link is in the description. And then as far as a recap goes, I normally don't take this many plays, but I felt like there's a lot of value in them. I had Aaliyah Boston over points. She got in foul trouble. Didn't score much. Leisha Gray over 3-pointers made. That was plus 130, and the value was there. She's taking 10 3-pointers a game. The volume, she just got passive, and that's not the normal Alicia Gray that I see out there, who's always just chucking up threes. So I'm not sure what happened there, but she didn't shoot well, and she didn't take many threes. I did have Brianna Jones over 6.5 rebounds. I was wondering, why is this even at 6.5 rebounds? This should be like 8.5. She still got 11. So she crushed that. And then I pointed out her double-double was at plus 400. Like I said, I didn't know why. The first 2 games, she had 10 rebounds and 13 rebounds. And going up against the same matchup, she had 13 rebounds. So if you caught it at plus 400, I saw some people told me they did. That was a steal. The books really missed with that one. So I was really confused when I made the video why that one was. So even though Boston and Gray didn't come through, Brianna Jones really came through with plus 400, double-double, and crushed her rebounds. So that was cool. And then in the pin comment for the other game, I put Angel Reese rebounds 13.5. That was actually plus money. That was a blowout. I did mention in the video the spread, and I said I would take the Liberty spread. The Sky are not good this year. So if you took that little tidbit, you would have hit. The Sky got blown out, and Reese ended up with 11 rebounds, I think it was. So 3 short. She probably definitely gets it if she's on the court for a lot longer. Then I had Natasha Cloud for points plus assist. It was 16.5 or 17.5, but she crushed it. That one's, if it stays that way, or if it just goes up just a little bit more, we're going to continue to take Natasha Cloud points plus assist. That is just an easy line for her to hit. She's killing it with the points. She's killing it with the assist. Natasha Cloud on this Liberty team has just been awesome. So going to continue to take her as long as her lines, stay where they're at, and the books start to make it uncomfortable to take that line. So we'll see how long that takes. So overall, not an awful day. Actually, pretty good day. If you had taken all the bets. So I will get this edited and get it out to you all. God bless you. It's fun around. My name is Jordan. I will catch you on the next one. Bye.